Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the HFD Footy podcast. Sorry we are late. Sorry we're late, guys. I had to eat dinner. I was running late, and also a few family matters I had to take care of. But we are here. We're here with Johnny Carlton. Johnny Carlton, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. Just us two tonight. What's happening?
I know. It's only us two tonight. So, the King of the North's got a hot date, and Jay Crom is actually at work, so he couldn't make it either. So, it's just us two.
They copped the 1 week suspension. So, they'll both be back next week. But, just being Chris Lee tonight.
Everyone's copping a 1 week suspension at the moment, aren't
they? They are.
Yeah, well, who's the first one? So, Charlie Cameron's got 3 weeks. Jeez. Yeah, it's massive. Hey, KP. Hey, everyone in the chat. Don't at me. Sick Flip. Sorry for coming in late, but we are here. It's going to be a pretty quick one tonight because we didn't watch any of the games. So we can't really tell you much about all the games, but we'll go through them. I've got the stats and we can have a quick chat about them, but it will be a quick one tonight, guys. So apologies. It's just been a busy weekend. All right. Before we start, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're brand new. All right. Collingwood versus Geelong. First game of the round. It was Collingwood 10-11, 71. Don't know why my bloody camera's stuffing up. Yeah, 10-11, 71 to 13-13, 91. Geelong win by 20 points. I didn't get to really watch this one. I was at work. I did catch the watch along. I was just listening to the watch along over my headphones. Geelong seemed to be in good form. Collingwood, I said last week their injuries are going to come and bite them, and it looks like they are. So, they're out of the 8, Collingwood, probably to Johnny Carlton's delight. But, Geelong, who knows where they're going to go, man? Who knows? Like, they're a team that they're up and down, but they're playing really well right now. So, momentum's with them. They've got it, and they're winning. So, definitely going to play finals now, Geelong. Collingwood, on the other hand, it's up in the air. There's still 6 games to go. If you're a Collingwood supporter, I would be a bit worried because there is some tough games. This week's a big game coming up for them. So, Johnny Carlton, did you end up watching this one? Because I didn't really get to see what happened in this one, what controversies there were, but your arch nemesis, they're on the ropes, man.
They are, yeah. No, look, I'm very happy, obviously, at the result of Friday night. Yeah, look, I had a busy day at work Friday, got home, just wanted to relax on the couch. So, got some food, relaxed, watched the game. Yeah, look, a couple of weeks ago when I was watching Geelong live against Carlton, they were absolutely terrible. And after the game, I said to everyone, I was like, I'm writing Geelong off. I don't think they'll make finals this year. But they've in the last 3 weeks, they've beat Hawthorn, Essendon, and Collingwood. It's just different Geelong from what we've seen the last 3 weeks. And yeah, now they're in the top 4, and now they're fighting for a final spot with 6 weeks to go. Can you believe it's only 6 more weeks till finals? This season's gone so quick.
It's gone very quick.
So quick.
Quick.
No, look, Collingwood, look, as much as I love them out of the 8, unfortunately, Nick Dacos can't do everything. So he's trying to keep Collingwood in the 8, but it's not working. But, yeah, look, I think the injuries have hit him this year, the Pies, and I tipped Collingwood, actually. They disappointed me on Friday, and I actually thought they were actually going to run out with the win. But, yeah, Geelong just looked the better team on Friday night, and, yeah, Collingwood on the ropes now. So, out of the 8 where they belong, hopefully, and hopefully they don't come back. But, yeah.
There you go, guys. Well, yeah, Collingwood, we'll see what happens with them. Just a quick note, yeah, Dacos had 32 touches, but he wasn't his best. Like, he still didn't seem like he was that influential. I'm saying. I thought Sidebottom was okay with 28. But DeGoey had 24. But for Geelong, Holmes was really good with 27. Myers with 27, and Stewart in the back line with 26. So when Tommy Stewart, when Tom Stewart is playing well, the whole team plays well. So they're definitely something to look at. Geelong, I don't think they're premiership favourites, but you never know. If they get a few games down that category, you never know. But all right, let's move on. The Hawks versus Freo. Here's the next one. Far out, what a game. I did a watch along for this one. I did actually watch this one. And it was an interesting game. Freo were good. Freo were actually good. They came to play. They came to play. They did everything right. They missed Sean Darcy in the ruck. They really did. So yeah, it was, when he came out, yeah, kind of like, I don't know. I like when they swap with Luke Jackson. I like that swap they do, but they couldn't do that this time. Hawthorn, and it was a tight game. And then the fourth quarter, yeah, Hawthorn just owned that fourth quarter and showed you why they're capable of going to the finals this year. So Fremantle, disappointing. I mean, that would have really propelled them into that top 4. Would have kept them in there and galvanized it a bit more for them. But now they're back in the shuffle. And you just don't know, man. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're not good. So, but they weren't bad. I'm not saying Fremantle were bad. They just ran out of, I don't know what it was, if they ran out of legs, or I think Hawthorn just wanted it more at the end. So, but I'll just bring up some. So Will Day, 24 disposals. He was good. Warpool was good. Brayshaw for Fremantle was good. Sarong's always good with 1 goal. Carl Amon was always good in the back line. And yeah, Jay Clark for Fremantle was good too with 20 touches. Luke Jackson had 20 touches as well. He was pretty good for them too. But yeah, Hawks march on. They're looking like a team that can really push, and they're going to be vying for that 8th spot. So interesting time. They've got a massive game this week against the Pies. So if they can beat the Pies, then they're truly on their way, I think. So Johnny Carlton, what do you reckon of Hawthorn, man, and Freo? Do you think Freo can stay top 4, and also can you see Hawthorn sneaking in?
Yeah, well, I was actually out shopping, and I was trying to watch this game in and out while I was getting my shopping done. But yeah, no, look, Freo are a top 4 team, and you knew they weren't going to go away. So they've been playing really good footy in the last month, Freo. So it was going to be a really big test for Hawthorn to see if they can actually beat a top 4 team and actually keep their season alive. But at the end of the day, Christy, Hawthorn wanted it more. They're fighting for their season, and it's another huge win for the Hawks. And now, obviously, as you said, big game this week against the Pies, a huge game. If they can win that, they're on top of Collingwood, the premiers of last year. Like, that's insane. No Hawthorn supporters would have ever seen this coming this year. But look, they keep getting their wins somehow. And I said to my mate today, I was like, that Port game against Hawthorn Port, that might come and affect them at the end of the year. If they won that, they would have been in the 8 right now.
I know. It's true, man.
So
BBJ.
It could come back to haunt them. Yeah, home alone. Home alone might cause Hawthorn's heart attack in the next 6 weeks, and he did it like 2 months ago. So,
yeah.
But yeah, look. As I said, Hawthorn have been playing really good footy. What's this now? 8 of their last 10 they've won now. So,
something like that.
Yeah, wow. In very good form. But Freo, I wouldn't write Freo off. Obviously, they went up against Hawthorn in Tassie. It's hard to play Hawthorn in Tassie. So, but they showed a fight. They came to play, as you said. They didn't hide away. But yeah, big game for them as well, Freo, this week at home at their home. So, yeah. Look, both teams playing good footy, but one team wanted it more, and that was the Hawks. So,
yeah, funny you said about the Port game. I got my cousin's a massive Hawk supporter, and he's like, you know what? That game against Port Adelaide, like, even though they lost, he reckons they learnt a lot from that loss. And you can tell, like, after that loss, they just been getting better and better and better. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they're still young. They have lost Mitchell Lewis, sorry. So he's out for the season. But was he do you think he was a massive factor for them? Not really, was he?
I think they've been playing better without him, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just when James Sicily gets in that team, it's a whole different ball game. So
yeah, he played well. He played really well too. So, but Sicily's he's either injury or suspended. That bloke. So,
exactly.
So yeah, if they can keep him on the park, then the Hawks can definitely make a claim for the top 8. But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game to watch, and Hawthorn were just too good in the end. So, all right, next game, Sydney versus North Melbourne. I didn't watch this at all, but the scoreline tells you exactly what it was. So 2018, 138 to 95-59. Big winners, Sydney. Hold on. Yeah, big winners, Sydney. They really took it to them. Sorry, guys, by 79 points. So yeah, huge win to the Swans. They're back, and they're looking. After 2 losses, they did what they had to do against North Melbourne. So at home. So I didn't watch it. Did you watch this one?
I was just going in and out as well for this game. I was getting ready for the next game, obviously, which we're going to talk about soon. But yeah. I was getting ready for the next game. But I was watching in and out. But as I said, look, this was a comeback game for the Swans, and they needed to. They needed to show why they are still the best team in the comp, and they came out and demolished North Melbourne. North Melbourne had one good quarter. That was the first quarter. They had a good quarter, North Melbourne. Don't get me wrong. They had a very good quarter. But, yeah, Sydney just took over in the second half, and their guns stood up, and without Heaney as well, they stood up, and yeah, that's why they're on top of the ladder. We see they're unstoppable at the SCG. So
they are unless you're Fremantle.
Exactly.
Unless you're Fremantle. Look, they did what they had to do. North Melbourne, I mean, they're a bottom side. They're still building. So, but good win from the Swans, and they're back. So, all right. Before we do to continue, guys, you would have seen a link pinned in the chat. If you're in the chat, guys, that link is for my personal vlog page. If you want to go check out the vlog that I posted today, it's on there. Go give it a like. Go give it some love. It's from my trip over to Melbourne. So go have a look. Anyway, next game. It's the Bulldogs versus the Blues. 14-16 100, 12-14 86. Now, I actually didn't watch it, this one. I watched bits and pieces, but I was, because I was getting ready to go to a party. I was just shocked that because I went and saw Port versus Bulldogs last week, and Bulldogs looked very average, very average. We looked on as well, but yeah, they looked average. They found it hard to move the ball. They weren't chasing. They weren't, and then come this week, they were a different side. Totally different side. I know Waitman went in, but I think they had a few more out. They had Treloar was out. There's a few other outs went there. Yeah, so they had a few ins, a few outs. Some big outs though. Treloar is a good midfielder. So, and going up against Carlton that just lost to GWS, you thought Carlton for Cripper's 200th was gonna bounce back, but it wasn't the case, and it was a tough slog the whole game. And Bulldogs. Yeah, Bulldogs were really good. I think always scored the first two, and you thought, oh, here we go, Carlton are on. And then, Bulldogs just came back, and they were really good. They just played a little bit better. Carlton looked a bit flat, maybe. I thought Cripper, he was good. He tried to wheel them over the line in that last quarter, but couldn't do it. I did feel for him because it was his 200th. Look, I still think Carlton are in good shape. I still think, they're still up the top. Yeah, now, they're the same points with Geelong. So two losses in a row can really stifle you, and that hurts. I know Johnny Carlton would have hurt, but you're still in a good position. You're still, you got North Melbourne. I think this game coming up against North Melbourne is the game that you guys need to get some form. So, and you're playing North Melbourne. They're a bottom side. You should get played back into form, I think. So there is a lot of players out of form though. I'll say one, Curnow. Curnow's out of form. He's really out of form. I don't know what it is. I thought Harry was all right. I thought in that first half, Harry was all right. But yeah, just went missing in that second half a little bit. But yeah, Curnow, like what you're used to seeing is he's down on form. Tell us what happened, Johnny. I mean, you were there. What was the feeling? Were people upset? I know the Bulldog supporters were happy, but would have been tough to swallow after a loss last week and the 200th game. Tell us your feels, man.
Yeah, look, I was pretty excited pre-game. I was sitting where the race was, so I got good seats. I actually wanted these seats for Cripper's 200th, so I got them. Saw him come out, saw the big panner for Cripper. The crowd was electric when he came out. He deserved it. Look, we looked on at the start, and I'm like, oh, this is progress. I'm like, this is actually good to see. But then, as you said, like Chris said, like the team that you saw last week was just different this week, man. They were chasing, there were fast movement. They just looked on from the very start. They were getting out of the midfield way too easily. And Carlton just didn't look the same. Carlton was just not on. It was like snails versus tigers. That's what it was. Like they were just way faster than us. And look, as I said, we just went back to a play that we've been playing for the last 3 years, and that's down the line and make sure our tools will kick out and mark it. It's not what we've been playing all year. We've been taking the game on. We've been using the corridor. We've been bringing it to our opposition. And this game, we just sat back and just was like, yep, we're not going to do this week. And it cost us. It cost us from the start. And the boys they look slow. They look tired. As I said, I nearly got kicked out of Marvel Stadium because of this Bulldog supporter. But
oh, really?
But yeah, as I said, it was outrageous. I was so angry. I was disappointed. It got to the fact that I just I said to a player after the game, which I shouldn't have, I just said, you do not deserve to put on another Carlton jumper for the rest of the year. Like, seriously, it got to that point. Like, I don't expect him to be at Carlton by the end of the year, but as I said, it's just a lot of players played bad, and as you said, a lot of players are out of form. Chera he's not been in form all year. Charlie hasn't had his form in the last month, 2 months. Yeah, he's leading the Coleman, but that's all he's done so far. So this needs to be a big game for Charlie this week against North Melbourne. Has to kick at least five, minimum five plus. But yeah, look, as I said, I am honest. No disrespect to the Bulldogs. They played better than us, man. They were just a better team. And I've told everyone this. They are a very inconsistent team as well. 1 week they're bad, 1 week they're good. And this was just a pure example. They came out last week to Port Adelaide and played absolute terrible. And then they came out to Carlton and played like a top 3 team. Like, it's just remarkable. And we just made their players look like absolute stars. Like, Jamara Ugle-Hagen's not even that good, but he looks like prime freaking Favola out there, mate. Or prime Lloyd good. Or something like that. He was just fantastic. But yeah, look, as I said, I was not happy Saturday after the game, to be honest. I was very disappointed. If you want to hear my full reaction, listen to After the Game on Sunday night, where me and King do a little show. My full reaction there.
Yeah, but, it was a bit more raw then because it was closer, you know.
Yeah. So now, look, I've had a couple of days to debrief and to relax, and now it's a new week. It's a new team. We go again, and it's a must-win game. If we lose to North Melbourne this week, I don't know what I'll do, Chris. Say, man, I don't know what I would do. But yeah.
Sorry. I'm in the same boat, man. I'm in the same boat as you.
But look, still second at the end of the day. I'll take it. Thank you to other teams that made us still second. But yeah, if we really want to play finals and we want to make it there to the last game of September, this is the game where you start finding form before finals come. So,
if you think about it, Johnny, every single team has had a lull this year, like a low. So it is what it is, man. Like, you know, you can be 1% off in AFL, and then if you're 1% off and the other team is just that bit on more, they'll beat you, man. All these players are all professional. They're good players. You know what I mean? So it just takes you to be a little bit off, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes
exactly.
it's, you know, the bounce of the ball as well. It can bounce one way. It's not favouring you. You know, I've played footy before, man. So I remember you could have really good games where it's just all happening for you, and then other games it's like, man, I just cannot touch it. You know what I mean? So, look, I think still Carlton are up there. And I think this week is the game that they play back into form. That's what I think. So, going for the Bulldogs. Sorry?
They have to. And they have to make sure Cooper gets a chair off at the end of the game this week instead of last week. Yeah.
And, you know, quick mention to the Bulldogs. I thought, they played well. I don't know, when they play with Waitman there, he's always a little pest. I can't stand him, but he's good.
I can't stand him.
I can't stand him either. But he's a good player, man, and he kicks goals for them. So when he's out of that team, their forward line looks very one-dimensional. When he's there, they just look like a different team. So, look, where Bulldogs are up and down, you don't know what you're going to get with them. So they can make finals. They can't. I don't know. Do not know. So we'll wait and see on that one. But chin up, mate. Things will happen, and we'll see what happens this week. All right. Next game, Adelaide versus St Kilda. Now, I was watching this one at my party. Wait, before we do go, in the chat, people are saying that's good. Hi, shipping up to Boston. Hello. You'll back. Johnny is saying you'll bounce back. GT23's in there. King of the North. Wonder how his hot date's going. Hot date was great. The King of the North is wild. All right.
Man, King of the North. Wow,
King of the North. All right, so Adelaide versus St Kilda, 10-11-71 to 5-9-39. defeated St Kilda. It was a wet, disgusting that game. Really, 32-point winners to the Crows. By the way, it was one of those games where just slid, and I think St Kilda was with Adelaide all the way, and in that last quarter Adelaide just kicked away. So it was good to see. Look, Jake Crom wants me to say it because he loves him, but the big man Phil Thorpe, apparently he did this.
The big bear. That's what I wanted to talk about. The big bear.
I knew you were going to talk about him, but anyway, he did some move. He did some move on someone. I haven't got the footage, and he dropped someone really easily. The guy tried to tackle him. He just went like that, and the guy just dropped to the ground, and then he just kept running. And the guy's a beast. Even my partner thought he was very good looking, and I was like, take it easy, all right? Take it easy. You want to be a pro supporter now? And look, it was good to see him back. Scored 2 goals. He didn't sing the song. He was running laps afterwards. St Kilda beat Sydney last week, but they couldn't beat the Crows. So just to show this whole competition's all over the place. But good win for the Crows. I mean they're just making up the numbers, those two teams. But it was good to see Phil Thorpe back. Even though I can't stand him, but it was good to see someone back from injury. And he looks big, man. He looks like he's a unit. So, Johnny Carlton, did you end up watching this one?
I didn't live. I was coming home from the Carlton game, but I did a little KO mini replay just to see the game. But look, as I could tell, the game was very close until the end, and then Adelaide just went away with it, to be honest, and became winners. Look, both teams, their season are done and dusted. They're just fighting for wins now. They're just trying to find form for the end of the season, trying to play their youngsters, trying to get some new tactics, to be honest. And I was going to speak to Jay Crom. I was so excited to talk about the Big Bear. That's what I was calling him now, the Big Bear. He looked good man. Coming off as the sub, he looked good. He looked strong in the beard, the facial hair. I'm loving it. I'm loving the Big Bear. So
he does look good.
No, he was good. And look, Adelaide, happy days. They would be happy this week because obviously their arch rivals lost the following day, so it would have been a good week for Adelaide supporters. But a win is a win, and they haven't had a lot this year, so it's good to see. But as I said, St Kilda, they're just playing their youngsters now. Their season's done. They beat Sydney last week and tried to do it again, but obviously just couldn't beat the Crows. So
Sheep Boswick Crows. Chris, I hate to break it to you, but I reckon Crows will have a good season next season. The way the things are going, look, they probably will. I mean, ranking, they probably will have a good season. I thought this year they were going to have a good season after last year. We'll wait and see. But I'd love to see what. Yeah, it depends who they get in the off season as well. It all depends, But good win for the Crows. As much as it pains me, good win for them. And St Kilda, I mean, they looked good last week. They look okay in this one too, but they just couldn't go with them at the end. So, all right, next one. Melbourne versus Essendon. 13-6-84 to 10-7-67. Everyone thought Essendon were going to be this top 4 side, and they were going to destroy Melbourne. No Gawn, no Petrarca, and Essendon. What are you doing? What's going on? I've always thought that Essendon weren't a top 4 caliber side, and that this game proves it. So I didn't watch it because I was watching the Crows game. I didn't watch it. The King did watch this, but just a quick. Nick Martin scored 4 goals, so he was the best for them. Far out, 4 goals. Fritsch had 3 for Melbourne. Turner 3, Melksham 2, Pickett had 2, and Dersma and Langford had 2. So Rivers had a good game, 29 disposals. So I don't know, man. Melbourne confuses me. They're a confusing side. They're like the Bulldogs. they just confused me. I thought without Gawn they would struggle, and then the Bombers. I just don't understand what's going on there. So, did you watch this one? Because I didn't watch this one at all.
I know. Look, I watched the second half. I was coming back home from the Carlton game, to be honest. But look, this was the only thing that made me smile on Saturday night, to be honest. A little smile came out that night just because Essendon lost. There's a little smile. And then I went to bed because I was like, yeah, stuff this day. It's already been a shit day. So, but look, as I said, I told everyone weeks ago, and Essendon fans, are you listening? Pretenders. That's all you are. That's all you are. You guys are pretenders. Right? That's it. You can't even beat Melbourne without going to Petrarca. Come on, man. Please. Please. You say you beat Collingwood in your top 4 side, and you can't even beat Melbourne. Oh, mate.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought they were going to destroy them.
I did too. I tipped them as well. They disappointed me. But as I said, look, Melbourne, wow. Shock of the round, to be honest. They just looked really good. They looked on. They had run. Cozzy Pickett was just electrifying. Melksham has been a very good in for them the last 2 weeks. He's changed that whole team around. So he's like that X factor in the forward line. May and Lever, they did their job. And yeah, just Essendon just couldn't couldn't capitalize on it. And yeah, they were just not up to standard like they have been in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, look, Melbourne's a funny team, as you said. I don't know. It's a lot of teams are fighting for that 8th spot, man, and you're just going to be good every single week from now onwards. So week by week.
I mean, it's so close that these two could fall out. We don't know. It's that close. I mean, they could, but interesting, very interesting times in the AFL. I'll tell you what, very interesting. Okay, so, oh man, I really don't want to talk about this, but we'll talk about it. Gold Coast versus Port Adelaide.
It's only fair, mate. I talked about Carlton.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. It sure is. 14-12, 96 to 12-10, 82. Is that 14 points? Yeah, 14 points. What can I say? Like, watched it, just disappointed. After last week, they looked like, playing really well. I thought they had some form back, but same shit over again. Just the same thing. The same no chase. The same, just not hard enough. There's no grunt. Like, yeah, we got Butters, we got Horn-Francis. They picked off Horn-Francis very easily. Like they just got under his skin. He was a bit undisciplined. He gave away a few 50s. It was hard to watch. But look, they tried. They tried but yeah, they had a chance to win the game. The last quarter, they had a chance, but they just couldn't get through Gold Coast. They weren't good enough to get through their defensive. They had a wall up on the 50, and they just could not get past it for I reckon a good 10 minutes. And just really really poor skill errors, a lot of stupid turnovers. The turnover game, I think we're the worst team in the whole AFL for turnovers against us. So when someone turns the ball, when we turn the ball over, we get punished pretty much every single time. So if you can win the turnover game with Port Adelaide, you've won. So and that's the profile you need as a contender, is to have a good turnover game, and we just don't have that. When they turn it over to us, we don't punish at all. Our goals come from stoppages, most likely, more likely than anything. Bombing it into our forward line. Oh, they just bomb it in the forward line. No structure. Not having Georgiades. Sorry, I'll say Georgiades. Not having him there was tough. Not having him there. So it is what it is. I don't know what to say. This week is a huge game for them. If they don't beat Richmond this week, it's going to be really tough week for Ken if they don't win. You thought the Boos were bad against Brisbane. If they lose against Richmond, it's going to be really bad. I can sense it. And, Kane calls and go, why are you guys booing? Go, dude, can you understand? I'm not a booer. I don't boo. I'm not going to go out there and boo anyone. Like, that's me. But I can understand the frustration in these supporters. So, look, is the season over? No, it's not. But the form is just so up and down. And it's frustrating. People are just frustrated. So, you've got a few injuries. You got Marshall, hip. And I think we had what's his name? Lockie Jones, concussed. So we're down 2 players as well in that first quarter. They went down. So yeah, that didn't help either. Not having that rotation as well. So
I heard Finlayson's now out for the rest of the year too. Now.
Yeah. Finlayson is out for the season. He's I don't know, a laceration on his spleen. That's what I got told. So, I mean, he hasn't been great for us anyway. So it's not a huge loss. But I mean, when he's on, he's on. But he's not. I can't say he's a big loss because he hasn't really done anything this year. So I'm hoping that he can find some form over the after he gets better over the preseason. But yeah, just tough time at Port Adelaide. Tough time. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they can regain some form. But there's a tough month. Tough 6 weeks coming up. After Richmond, it gets really tough. So it's I can say easily that we can not make finals, and that's bad for Ken. Really bad. So it is what it is. We are where we are, and we'll continue to still support, and that's all I can do. Just go to the game, support your team. That's all you can do. So, but quick mention: Frankie Evans, great. He was probably his best game he's played. I thought he came on. He was he got put in the midfield a little bit. He was up forward a little bit too, but yeah, he was really good for us. I was really surprised how good Frankie Evans played. So, well done, Frankie, if you are listening. Johnny Carlton, do you got anything on this one?
Well, look, these next games I didn't want to not watch at all. I was at a wedding the whole day, so I could not watch any football on the Sunday. But look, as I said, this has been one of the most weirdest stories in the AFL this year. They're 9-0 at home, and they're 8-0 away from home. Like, what the hell's going on?
No one can beat them.
They're just a one-sided home team. They're unstoppable at home, and then they just play like absolute trash away. Like it's just one of the weirdest stories, I'm telling you. But yeah, look, as I said, shout out to Frankie Evans, my boy. He played a really good game for Port Adelaide. But look, one loss like that is an example. You were 7th on the ladder coming in to the round. One loss, you're out. Just like that. Another loss this week, you could be even further. Like, it's just insane. But it has to be a must-win game for Port Adelaide this week. Must be. If they don't.
If they don't, it's on the wall, man. It's on the wall if they don't, I'm telling you.
Yes. Well, no, that's not good. But yeah, look, as I said, I heard Logan Evans was pretty good again. The young boy in the back line. He looks good now. He looks like he's comfortable in that position now. Big Charlie, he didn't look like he was that good at all. I think his time's nearly coming to an end. Big Charlie. But look, Gold Coast, they didn't have Miller as well. But look, they just found a way to win at home, and they're a funny team. So look, both of these teams trying to be there at the end, trying to play September footy. These next 6 weeks are important for both teams, to be honest. So, look, both teams still in the hunt, and
Yeah, look, as I said, a loss this week won't go well, man. Won't go well, but I'm not going to be there, so if they do lose, I'm don't have to hide somewhere. I'll be at work just seething. But it is what it is. Footy is footy, and takes you on a roller coaster ride for sure. But quickly in the chat, I heard that today. Oh yeah, KP's talking about the I think he's talking about the the injury. That's not great. It's not great, King of the North. Sorry to hear, guys, about your team's losses. Hope you guys all bounce back. Thank you, shipping to Boston. And King of the North goes, good on you, Frankie. He was great. He was very good. And if Goldie plays like that for the rest of the season, they could replace Collingwood. Oh, they could replace Collingwood. They could. But as I said, they can't win away from home. So that's the problem. So anyway, we'll go for the next game. I did not watch this one either. I wish the King of the North was here. But 12-12-84 to 17-6-108. Richmond versus GWS. GWS get the chocolates. I heard that Richmond put up a fight, but GWS was just too good in the end. GWS, I don't know where they're going. They look like $1 million last week. I heard they weren't that good this week. They were just mediocre. They just did what they had to do to beat Richmond. So, yeah, they turned up for your guys, Johnny. But yeah, what do you have to say with this one, man? The Richmond. I mean, they're in a massive rebuild now, aren't they?
Well, look, obviously last on the ladder, which is pretty good to see. Always like that. But yeah, look, as I said, this was the bold call of the week.
It was.
The Tigers winning. It was. But unfortunately, he did not get up. But as I said, everyone just wants to play really good against Carlton these days. I don't know what it is. First, they played like amazing last week. And now they just didn't even play near that good this week against Richmond, who are like last on the ladder. But yeah, look, Tigers gave them a fight. But of course, they're back at the MCG, the Tigers. They never play away from the MCG. So, as I said. But yeah, no, look, Giants, another win that what they needed. And now they're in the 8-2. They're just like a Port Adelaide and a Gold Coast, mate. They're just trying to win and trying to survive for this season. In a couple of weeks, it'll go from 13th to 10 teams. I'm telling you now, in 3 weeks, 3 teams are gone.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, yep. So, look, very exciting couple of weeks up. But, yeah, look, as I said, didn't watch this game as well. But, yeah, GWS got the win. And, yeah, Richmond let me down once again like they always do. So.
Oh, jeez. All right. Last game of the round. It was West Coast 4-9-93, Brisbane Lions 6-10-106. They played over at Optus Stadium. It was Adam Simpson's kind of going away game. I know really Rioli played for them in that grand final, but man, we need you to play for us, man. Not to be over there celebrating with your ex-coach. Your other coach needs you, Willie. Okay, I understand, but your coach needs you. Yeah, I saw him in the stands. But West Coast played all right, man. They did all right this game. I thought they played well. As I said, didn't watch this one again. I didn't watch a lot of footy this week. When Port loses, I get so shitty that I'm like, no, I just can't watch it, man. It's hard for me it's hard. But look, Brisbane did what they had to do, but it wasn't an easy game for them. So good on West Coast for trying, but they just couldn't get it done. Brisbane are 6 in a row now. They're looking like a team that's on the rise, and they do lose Charlie Cameron after he got suspended for 3 weeks. What did he actually do? I didn't watch what he did. Did he hit someone?
Terrible.
Was it 3 weeks worthy?
No way. It's not even a 1 week worthy, mate. That's nothing in it.
Oh man.
It's not even a fine, mate. It's not even a suspension worthy.
Jeez. Okay.
He tried to tackle him, but he unfortunately Duggan's head bounced back into the ground.
Sure.
Like nothing Charlie could do.
Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. 3 weeks. They've taken it to the tribunal and it's standing. So yeah, it's a huge loss for them, but I still think they're in a good position to really go all the way. Like they can make. They're in the top 4 now, so I'm pretty sure. Let me just.
Yeah, they are.
They're in the top 4 now, so yeah, they could really upset a lot of teams going into the finals. The big game this week, I think, is it Brisbane Sydney this week? Yeah, huge game. huge game. So, you know what? We're going to see Sydney. We're going to really see what it's all about.
See what they're really about. Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be interesting. Johnny Carlton, you love your Brisbane. Did you watch this one?
No, at the wedding again. Obviously, the first time I missed the Brisbane game as well. Didn't get to watch the Lions, but as I said, spots off for them. But yeah, look, I told you 6 weeks ago, I don't think they will lose another game for the rest of the year, and so far they've proven me right. They've won 6 in a row now. 6 weeks ago, they were in the bottom 6, and now they're in the top 4.
Yeah.
It's just, they're doing a Carlton, to be honest. After the bye, winning Carlton last year, won the next 10 of 11. They've won the next 6 out of 6. So they're on a big streak. Big game this week against the Swans, as you just said. But, yeah, no, look, West Coast, first game under their new coach, Schofield. They look good. They bring the fight to the Lions, and only a 13-point win for Brisbane. So they fought to the very end, and yeah, there could be promising signs for West Coast. So
yeah, I think they've done really well this year, the West Coast Eagles. I think
I think they have too. Yeah. So as I said, but Brisbane, they were the team on the better day, and that was it.
I actually thought them getting rid of Adam Simpson was like, I know he went last week, but I thought that maybe he would have stayed because I thought there was a lot of improvement this year. So
I thought he would too. Yeah,
I didn't see that one coming. I'm like, oh, okay. I get the last 3-4 weeks have been terrible, but I think from last year they've been a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
So
100%, I can agree with that.
GT23 goes, Eagles finally put their finger out. Well done. And 3 weeks is too much yet. I didn't see what he did, but anyway. If Johnny Carlton's saying that 3 weeks is too much, then probably is the case. Brizzy will beat the Swans. Maybe. Gabba is a tough place to play for the Swans. It is. It is tough. Anyone goes up to the Gabba, it's tough. But if Swans want to be that number one team, this is the kind of game they're going to have to win, I guess. So, but they're pretty high up there, so I don't think I just don't think anyone will catch them. But you never know. Is there enough games to catch them? There is enough games. Yeah. See what happens. All right, guys. AFL ladder, and then we'll go to the banana. All right. First, Sydney Swans. First on the ladder, still up there, 56 points with a really healthy percentage. Carlton are still second. So, Johnny Carlton, don't worry, you're still second, my friend. Geelong Cats third. They've gone up, so they're equal points with Carlton. Who would have thought that? Brisbane Lions are fourth. Fremantle fifth. And Essendon sixth. So they're all on the same points. Those 3 teams. So, but just percentage is look at the percentage on Essendon, 98.8. Very low percentage, isn't it, for a top 8 side? Yeah. So this is kind of telling what's happening with Essendon. GWS Giants 7th, and Melbourne is in the 8th. There you go. Port Adelaide gets taken out. Bang, where they belong, 9th. Bulldogs are coming at 10th. Gold Coast 11th. Collingwood 12th. And Hawthorn 13. Now those teams from 13 up, any one of those teams 13 to 9 can make it. So it's a cluster, big cluster of teams. Just St Kilda, Crows 14th. The only way they can make the finals is if some of these all teams start losing and they win every game. But it's very unlikely. They've got a 1% chance, I reckon. Very unlikely. But St Kilda definitely has no chance. I think 15, 16, 17, 18, they've got 0 chance. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, I think Adelaide have no chance as well, mate. So
I think so too. But there's I think mathematically they can still do it by if things go their way. But yeah, no, I don't think so. But anyway, that is your ladder, guys. Anything there that surprises you, Johnny Carlton?
Yeah, wow, Collingwood 12th. that is a fun sight to behold, to be honest. But yeah, look how tight it is, man. It's only 6 points away from 4th to like 13th.
I know.
It's only 6 points, man. It's just anything could change. Like Essendon, who are 6 on the ladder, they could drop out of the 8 by the end of the round if they lose this week. Like it's that close.
How would you be, right, if you were an Essendon supporter, being in the top 8 all year, and then you don't make it because you lose the last 6 games of the year?
Carlton did it, mate. Carlton was in the 8 the whole year 2022, and we lost to Collingwood at that end of that game. And it can happen, mate. It can happen.
It's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. All right, it's that time of the night. Johnny Carlton's. Oh no, wrong one. Where is it? No. Oh, I'm missing the. Oh, here it is. Found it. Johnny Carlton's banana of the week. What's your banana, man?
All right. Well, this was a hard banana, and I had a couple of options, but I'm gonna go. My round 18. Is it 18?
Yeah, round 18.
19?
Yeah. No, 18. 18. 19's coming.
My round 18 banana of the week goes to Michael Voss.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah, bossy. Mate, look, you've been good all year, mate, and you selection this week and last week have been absolutely terrible. I sent you off last week, and I'm like, all right, I'll give you that. But you dropped one of our best midfielders who racked up 39 disposals in the VFL. He's clearly not VFL level. So he does not deserve to play VFL. He deserves to come back right in. But, yeah, like making always the sub last week, playing Pitternet this week, just banana worthy, mate. Banana worthy. That's all I can say. Just he's not got it right the last 2 weeks. And, yeah, poor Vossi, but he is the round 18 banana of the week.
Yeah, I find, and the week before he picked Owies, didn't he? In that sub position. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Oh well, Vossi's got one now. I've got one. J. Crom's got one. The only one that doesn't have one is the King.
I should have made one because he's not here today. You're right.
Oh, jeez. All right, guys, we're going to start the fixtures, go through our tips, and then we'll call it a night. So, all right. Here we go. First game, Friday night, Essendon and the Crows, Marble Stadium. Jeez, this is a must-win game for the Bombers, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, jeez. I think the Crows can beat them.
You reckon? Well, there was a bit of controversial last time these two played. Draper was diving onto the ball and they didn't take free kicks. So.
Dude, I think the Crows. I'm picking the Crows. I think if they've got Phil Thorpe in that forward,
you can't, man. You can't.
Oh,
you made a promise. You can't keep Adelaide for the rest of the year.
All right. I think the Crows will win, but I'm not tipping them. How about that?
Okay.
All right. There you go. I reckon the Crows will win. And I think Essendon's finals is starting to tatter. I think they're going to start to tatter. But I'll still pick the Bombers because I have said that. Johnny, what do you reckon?
I'm going the Bombers but I think the Big Bear will come and kick 5. Because I'm loving the Big Bear I'm loving the Big Bear at the moment, mate. And I don't think Ben Mackay's going to be a bit freaky when he sees the Big Bear approaching him. So he'll kick 5 to Big Bear.
Oh, jeez. All right. There you go, guys. So Bombers all around, but I'm saying it. I can see an upset here. I can see an upset. All right, next one. The Giants versus the Suns at NG Stadium. So over there in New South Wales, in the western suburbs of Sydney. I'm gonna have to go Giants just because they're home. Gold Coast don't win away from home. You cannot pick them. So yeah, GWS for me. Johnny?
Well, they're 9-0 at home and they're 0-8 away. So they're going to be 9-0 at home and they're going to be 0-9 away. So I'm going the Giants too, unfortunately. So
yep. Suns by 1, King of the North. Jeez.
Wow.
And Boston reckons Goldie get the first ever away win. We'll see. Be interesting.
Wow.
GWS by 34, Toby says. Okay. St Kilda, next game. St Kilda, West Coast Eagles. It's at Marvel Stadium, 1:15. I'm going to go West Coast for the upset. Yeah. I thought they played well last week.
I'm going West Coast too. Yeah, their new coach, I reckon their new coach is going to get their first win. So I'm going the Eagles too.
KP's going West Coast as well. Boston's going West Coast by 2. Okay. Next one. The Hawks versus Collingwood at the MCG 4 in the afternoon. Jeez. What a game. What a game this one's going to be, man. This might be game of the round, I reckon. There's a few good games, isn't there? MCG, Hawks, Collingwood. I'm going to go Hawks just because of the injuries. And I just think Hawks are in better form at the moment. So, Hawks for me. Hawks are going to be on top of the Premiers. Come Saturday night, we're going to see Hawks on top of the Premiers. I can see it now. All right. Johnny Carlton, what do you reckon, man? Hawks or Collingwood?
I'm going Hawthorn as well. I'm going Hawthorn, but I just think the Hawks are just playing way better footy at the moment, and they're going to have confidence, and Collingwood are not having confidence in the last couple of weeks. And I just see the Hawks reigning on top. So, yeah, Hawthorn for me.
Paul's in the chat going, I spotted a Rego plate yesterday. It said Port PWR, and there's a homemade trailer with the same Rego plate. It was on the SA Reg website. Wow, Paul. Thanks for the info. Big watch along for this week. Yes, 100%. Hawks by 15. Is Guinea back? Is Ginnivan back?
He's back. He is back.
Yeah.
Against his old side.
All right. Next one. Yeah, big one. Port Adelaide versus Richmond.
You missed one.
Did I?
Yeah, Geelong Doggies.
That's after. On my
okay.
sheet.
All right, that's fine. Go with that then. Yep.
All right, Port versus Richmond. If Port loses this one, it's very hard. It's very hard to make finals. And I can see the supporters turning on Hinkley. It will be very ugly. So Port have to win. Port Adelaide for me. Port for me. I can't even think that they can lose to Richmond. So it has to be a win. Port Adelaide. Johnny?
Port Adelaide. 40 plus.
Oh, jeez.
Frankie Evans, 3 goals.
Yeah, he'll play probably. He'll play. So, wow.
Frankie Evans, 3 goals.
All right. You had it here. Geelong versus the Bulldogs. It's at the Cattery. Can Western Bulldogs do what they did to Carlton? To Geelong? Man. Geelong are in good form, eh? You just don't know what Bulldogs are going to turn up. So I have to go with Geelong just because they're a bit more consistent. So Geelong for me, and it's their home. So Geelong. Johnny?
I'm going the Bulldogs.
Oh! The Bulldogs.
Norden's back this week. Chalor's back this week. The way I saw them play over the weekend, mate, I was there and I saw them live. I just think the Dogs will take it.
Far out. Genwell go, this is my bold call. Tigers by 12. Genwell, please. Genwell. I thought we were friends. Genwell, please. Oh, jeez. If that happens, Genwell, you won't see me next week, mate. You won't see me next week.
Oh, my God.
Genwell is wise. No, he's not. Johnny Tipping is just all crazy. All right. next one. Brisbane versus Sydney Swans at the Gabba. Huge game. It's in the Arvo, like first game of the Sunday, 12:40. I think it's like 1:15, probably your time. I don't know, man. Do you know what? I'm gonna go Swans just because I think that they're the real deal. I'm gonna go Swans. Swans for me. Johnny?
Ladies and gentlemen,
There we go.
it is time for your round 19 bold call of the week. The Lions are going to beat the Swans, and they will. I know they don't have Charlie Cameron, but they will beat the Swans, and Brisbane will show why they are going to be a top 4 side this year. So, yeah, Brisbane for me. I'm going the upset, and that's my bold call. The Lions to beat the Swans at the SCG, at the Gabba. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard when you say a loss to Brisbane at home. It's like, no, they couldn't lose, but no, they could definitely beat the Swans. Definitely could happen. So, but I'm going the Swans. All right, next one. Fremantle versus the D's, Melbourne Demons at Optus Stadium. I think Freo bounced back at home. I think they're too good not to bounce back. Melbourne, I think, don't play well there. I think they lost to West Coast there earlier. They don't have a Gawn. Is Sean Darcy going to come back? Is he back?
I'm not sure actually. I haven't checked on that.
I think if Sean Darcy comes back, I just don't think their rucks can go with their rucks. I just think they're not playing Essendon. They're playing Freo at home. So I just think Freo for me. Johnny?
Yeah, look, Freo at home, no Gawn, no Petrarca. It's a different story. It's not there at the MCG. It's at Optus Stadium, and Freo have been playing really good footy this year. So I'm on the Dockers. I just feel like Freo are going to get the win. So,
yeah. All right. And last game of the round, your boys, Carlton versus North Melbourne. I mean, I just can't see them losing. I just can't see them losing. I can't see Carlton losing. This is going to be the game that plays them into form. And, yeah, I just can't see them losing. So, Carlton for me by a lot. I reckon it's going to be like a 60, 70 point win, I think. No, I will. It will.
Yeah, look, if we don't win, it's I don't know what I'll do. I don't even think I'll come on HFD next week, to be honest.
Yeah, what will happen? Can you tell me, like, if Carlton lose, right? What will happen then?
Well, I don't know, man. I'm giving you my real answer. I don't know. I'm scared to find out.
Oh, jeez. It'll be a meltdown. Like, if Port loses, meltdown for me. If Carlton loses, it'll be a meltdown for you. We won't see both of us.
If Carlton loses to North Melbourne, you know how much shit I'm going to cop? Oh, my God. Anyways, I'm going Carlton, obviously. But, yeah, if we lose this, oh, my God.
If Carlton lose, Johnny Carlton is deleting his sock med. What's that mean?
What?
I don't know what that means. King, I better hit the like button. Good old Johnny on the panel tonight. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Well, guys, that is the show. It was a quick one tonight because, the King of the North is not there. And social media, like, shares. Yeah, 15 likes. Thank you, Ree. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. It's going to be a big week of footy. Tomorrow night, the King is doing a watch-along for the rugby State of Origin. It's going to be on the Footy channel, though. So if you want to watch it, it'll be on that channel. Then Thursday night, I'm going to be with KP on the couch. We're going to do a podcast. Probably going to be discussing the shooting of the US president. So it's going to be really full on talking about that. So might have a special guest from America come in as well. Dro, he's been on the show before. So make sure you guys tune in for that one. And then Friday night, watch along, and then watch alongs pretty much all weekend, and then back to Monday, Tuesday, Yeah, so thank you everyone for coming in. Johnny, Carlton, before we go, any final words?
Yeah, no, look, as I said, big week coming up after the game on Sunday as well. Don't forget that. That's going to be huge. Right after Johnny Carlton coming straight from Marvel Stadium. And, yeah, if we lose to North Melbourne, watch out. After the game, it's going to be a must-watch if we lose to North Melbourne. So, yeah, no, look, after the game, and, yeah, as I said, big week. So, yeah, Chrissy, we hopefully we wish our teams win, because if our teams both lose,
you won't see us.
We won't. Yeah, it'll be
week.
King of the North. It'll be King of the North and Johnny G next week on the Footy podcast. So we'll cop our 1 week suspensions.
We'll get 1 week suspension.
Yeah, for abuse. We'll get 1 week suspension for abuse. So
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Well, guys, thank you so much. All I can say is power, Port Adelaide. If you don't win this week, I think it's over. It's over. So. Good luck to all your teams out there, guys. Take care. Spike your hair. We'll see you next time. Oh, and check out my vlog in the chat. It is pinned up there. Go check it out if you want. All right, guys. Take care. Spike your hair. Stay hunky.
Stay hunky.